Hello Soul Family, welcome to my channel. It's me, Azuma again, on my mission to spread self-empowerment and my knowledge of well-being and of course outwardly introspect. Today I'm going to do a segment on how being the authentic you will attract the right people into your lives, create bona fide friendship groups, and of course, potentially bring into your life the right love that's in alignment with who you are at present and not that old, unevolved version of you. You in the present. What I discovered was we're all very powerful beings, and what we desire is in all of our capacity to bring to fruition. I mean, all of us. A turning point for me was when I introduced law of attraction to my life, which reinforced whatever you emit out into the world, you receive more of. Therefore, if you look at your life and you feel not quite happy with what I see and how things have panned out, just surrender to it and just know that, we've inadvertently called this into our lives through the law of attraction, be it consciously or consciously. But nonetheless, the great thing is, just as we can attract things we don't particularly love, we can attract things that we do want. But the great thing is, you can do something about making your reality more to your taste by being a deliberate creator of your own existence. In other words, co-creating with the universe, becoming aligned with the true you and changing your vibe. And you'll see the things you want to appear in your life appear like magic. According to one of my law of attraction teachers, there's nothing worth going back and trying to change and make better and having regret and just being down about certain things that have already manifested in your world. According to Abraham Hicks, everything's manifested how it's meant to. Everything exists how it's meant to. How else are we supposed to learn from things and experiences if we don't observe things we don't like? That's the only way you can measure what you want to introduce into your life. She uses this analogy that our physical reality is like chewing gum that's already lost its flavour. So in other words, if once something's manifested and it's a physical manifestation and it no longer brings us pleasure or we don't like it, we shouldn't try and fix it. We can just observe it, disregard it, not give it the energy, and just introduce something else, a new idea, create a new thought, put the energy into the thing that you want, the new thought, the new energy. We don't try and put new flavour to old gum, do we? Same with experiences we don't like. There's no need to keep reliving it and trying to make it better. Just turn your attention away from it and give your attention to what will bring you joy. Concentrate on the new outcome you'd want. How can I do this, I hear you ask? By working on your vibration, of course. The long and short of it, vibration is everything, whether you're aware of it or not. Everything emits a vibration. When you walk into a room and you can feel the vibe is wrong and you just can't relate to it, and that's because you're picking up on energy, vibration. Someone is emitting, or people are emitting, a lower vibration, which doesn't match you where you're at, so you either gel with them or you don't. And it happens vice versa. People can meet us and then we might be on one of our low vibrating days and they might repel us, and you might wonder, why that person? And often enough, we're the ones that are emitting a low vibe. So the key is to make sure your energy attracts the right people, to consciously keep your vibration high, which will in turn emit a vibration that would attract like-minded people. People that think similar to you, people that give you energetic vibes that you empower and they empower you. But none of this happens unless you do the inside work and constantly try and do things that make you happy, which lifts your vibes. It's life-changing, really. Once you know that, you know you can change any situation just by what you're emitting and what you're consciously making yourself aware of. I went through a period, what I would call a vicious circle, not feeling fulfilled, second guessing all the actions I was meant to take, and not following my intuition and my intuitive nudges. When my career was concerned, I knew in my heart of hearts having a career that gave me a more balanced lifestyle was what would intuitively make me a lot happier. But having this brand I'd worked so hard to create and I loved wasn't giving me that. This all-consuming path was just stopping me from being who I was at present. I mean, I wanted to still maintain an element of who I used to be, and I loved having the brand, but I was keeping myself stuck by not being in alignment with who I was presently. Even with the clientele and the kind of tribe I wanted to attract, I hadn't moved on from a certain dialogue that I'd been doing for, I don't know, for so long, but I wanted to attract a different client base. Even now, I kept myself stuck because I wasn't following my nudges. This just couldn't go on indefinitely. All I was doing was bringing harm to my physical health and making myself unhappy. So I made the choice to take the time out, go within, be quiet for a time, and just to see what I truly aligned with. You know, we do evolve, we're meant to evolve. And part of our evolution sometimes brings us out of our comfortable, familiar paths and takes us on a new adventure that just feels right. You know, and then we'll love it. And here I am doing something that feels right. And yeah, we'll see where this leads to. So another aspect to keeping your vibration high is to keep your thoughts positive. We hear it bandied around so often, but did you know that positive thoughts alone will not give us the outcome we desire? I try to live by it, and I'm sure we can all think of somebody that stands out as a glass half full person. Always seems to be in their joy and happiness. But what you might not be aware of is they spend more of their time than the average person cultivating positive thoughts. They might not even be aware of it, but they must do, because if they're getting the outcomes that you see and view as, oh, their life is great, then they are putting more thought into what they want than what they don't want. Therefore, they're keeping their thoughts very positive. By deliberately creating the types of thoughts that are self-empowering, it can easily become new belief systems that transform your life, basically. Change your stance from a woe is me type of person to a I can have anything I set my heart to attitude. For instance, you might have a belief for as long as you can remember that says, I am not lovable, and therefore you have shitty relationships. Or you might struggle with money and constantly tell yourself, oh, I'm always going to struggle with money, I'm never going to be rich. Unfortunately, both of those scenarios are going to be self-fulfilling prophecies, because you've held the thought for so long, you repeat it verbally or to yourself for so long, so therefore it becomes who you are. Law of attraction would be like, your wish is my command, and will honor anything you give a lot of attention to. By being deliberate with your thinking, and trying to eradicate the not so positive thoughts that come into your psyche, and creating new thoughts that are more positive and self-affirming, i.e., oh, I am lovable, I have a great partner, he loves me, I have love around me. Or if you have a poverty mindset, you just change it and constantly remind yourself that there's enough money in this world for everybody, and why shouldn't you have a portion? Keep repeating this to yourself. I mean, it's so simple, and once it becomes part of your nature, you'll start to see the shift in your world and things, and you'll automatically change your thought from a negative one to one that is self-fulfilling. Now, where your immediate circles are concerned, what tends to happen when you're doing your inside work and your self-development work, the people you used to vibe with will unfortunately start to fall off due to no fault of your own. By doing the work, you'll grow beyond the things you are comfortable allowing and the people that you would readily make excuses for. Their behaviour, their bad timing, their, oh, don't worry, that's just who they are, and da-da-da-da-da. When you've been brave enough to really look at who you are at present, how you see the world and how you view others, your view will no longer be viewed through a filter or rose-coloured glasses. And unfortunately, a lot of people won't make the cut. And there'll be some casualties. You'll no longer be able to spend your energy on things, people that aren't vibrating at a similar frequency. But the great thing is, you'll be able to recognize your soul family and soul tie really quickly, because you'll all be emitting a similar energy and will inevitably attract the other. You'll have more than superficial things in common. You can be true to who you are without any judgment, and they will celebrate you. You'll celebrate them. The time you spend with them will energize you and not de-energize you and make you feel like, oh God, I'm not hanging out with that person anymore. It's great. It's great. You'll know, because you'll feel uplifted when you're in certain presence, as opposed to feeling drained. Back and look at your circle of friends. Do these people inspire you to achieve greatness? Or does their energy leave you unmotivated and not seeing your own worth? If it's the latter, it's time to do the inside work and attract your tribe. You are the average of you're the average of the 5 closest people around you. So keep that in mind, know your worth, and become the person you were always destined to be. I've got a great circle of friends, and that was not achieved without the effort of knowing who I am, what makes me happy, and by keeping in alignment with my happiness, I attracted the right kind of people into my life that help me maintain my happiness, and the kind of people I help to attain their happiness. So that's it. Thanks again for being here. I hope you enjoyed that segment. If you did, please like, subscribe and share. Until the next time, bye.